Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and today we're going to set up a system for dealing with slab wood off of the sawmill. I have a bad habit of working on a job and then finishing the job and not following through with the cleanup. And what you end up with, if you do that like I do, is just little messes all over the place that need to be dealt with. And I don't want that to be the case with the sawmill. So to me, the best way to handle it is as soon as you're done cutting, have a system already set up to chunk that slab wood up and turn it into firewood. Now there's a little bit of irony in this project happening today because tomorrow's project is installing plugins and a new lighting system for this building. And that'll really make it nice because I like to work later in the evenings a lot. But the reason it's ironic is I got called off of what I was working on today, and I'm just now getting back out here, and it's almost sunset. So I'm gonna be working probably in the dark when tomorrow I'll be setting up a permanent lighting system. But it'll be all right, we'll get it done. So you can see here, this is the lumber we've milled in the last 2 weeks. And we got the sawmill. And this is the slab wood from those same logs. You can see that would become a problem in a hurry. A lot of people just kind of stack it neatly, scoop it up with the forks and carry it off. But I find once you have a big pile of it, you know, say you got 2 or 3 times this much, then it's a big project that I'm not gonna feel like doing. I think it's a lot better just to knock it out as we go. So let's get this sucker set up. First thing I've got to do is just get this stuff out of the way. This metal frame here is the shipping crate that the mill came in. And I've seen a lot of people turn those into like work tables. And with a few tack welds, and maybe a brace here or there, I think it could serve that purpose so I never have to bend down to pick up this slab wood. And I could just set it onto this table and then work it off of that. Whether I keep that or not, I don't know, but for right now, we're gonna set it up that way. Let's go ahead and get the saw set up and see how everything's gonna work as far as the spacing out here. Friend Paul Case has a big resaw. I mean, the blade on it's huge, and it's right next to his sawmill. And this, it won't be as good as that, but it is a 12-inch, and it does slide. So we can cut fairly wide material with this. From a workflow perspective, I'll have this tote right here, so as I make my cut, go straight into the firewood tote. The next consideration is every cut should be the same. I want every cut to be 16 inches. So I want to have something set up. You know, obviously you're not going to want to measure it every time. The end of this is 15, and this is adjustable. So measuring definitely won't be a problem. This is 16 inches from the blade. All right, safety, safety, safety. No sunglasses, better get some protection here. I'm gonna take safety to another level. The saw will be lucky if I don't hurt it. Okay, anything that doesn't make good firewood, I'll toss right out there, come through with the bucket or the grapple and scoop it out. First thing I realized right away is I don't want the tote turned this way. Actually make it easier to get it in and out too, having it turned the other way. And make it easier to put the pieces of wood in there. Now for me personally, if I'm burning firewood, I think that's good firewood. It's the right length, it's a good sized piece. It's a hardwood, most of this is oak. Now, I don't see any reason not to use it at that. Those exact pieces right there should have been lumber, but that log was a little bit rotten, just enough that it was all kind of falling apart. And so, at best, I could have ran it on the table saw and made stickers out of it or something like that. Now, this next one is about as big and heavy a piece as I would ever expect to get as slab wood. Because during the video, this was out of that bowed log, and the middle was way higher than the sides. I said I probably shouldn't have even cut it the way I did because I'm wasting a lot. So this will be a good test for this setup. All right, so it's pretty late at night right now, and got kind of a long day planned for tomorrow working out here. So probably gonna wrap it up here, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on this on several levels. First, just in general, what do you think of the idea of this kind of setup to immediately resaw the slab wood instead of piling it up and then hitting it with the chainsaw? Second thing, what do you think about cutting it with this type of electric saw as opposed to the chainsaw? When you get a big bundle of this stuff and it's all sitting on the ground and you cut it with the chainsaw, it's kind of a pain to do because unless it's tightly held together in some kind of a setup, it's awkward to cut through a bunch of it at once. And if you cut it one piece at a time, that's really slow. You're always struggling to keep your bar out of the dirt. So I do kind of like this idea, but I think if I was going to do it, I'd need a better power source and a bigger saw. But we're going to try this for a while and just see how it goes. Let me know in the comments what you think about this setup. I appreciate you taking time to watch. Put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.